All right. Hello. I say this every time. It's been a while. Quarantine is rough when you do online courses. I promise I've been filming stuff, just given my wonderful online responsibility, I've had a hard time editing. So hopefully I actually edit this on time and you get to do it. But anyways, I digress. Today, I thought that I could continue my analyzing, and we're going to look at the rock star of choral music, and his name is Eric Whitacre. So Eric Whitacre is quite popular in the world. Yeah, that's all I really know. I've sang a lot of his stuff, and for our choir last week, we had to listen to Sleep and Lux Eterna. So we're gonna start with Sleep, and like last time, I'm just gonna stop when I deem so. And yeah, the recording that we are listening to is by Voces 8, which is, I believe, an Irish group. I'll put the link down below to the actual recording, and yeah, so let's go. So there's 8 voices, which to me, I would prefer Sleep with a lot more people in it. It's pretty. I don't have anything yet. We'll see. So this is a very good example of what Eric Whitacre does, where we've heard it a couple times, but this is the most prominent place, where on Soon he adds the second, I believe, C, G, E, F. No. He adds the F, which is the 4th. And it is very common in Eric Whitacre to have that in his chord. Usually they're a lot more clashing, but here it's even a lot more prominent because it's only a semitone in between. And usually when there's a semitone in a chord, it sounds that clashing. Anyways, let's continue. So here, and yet my limbs seem made of lead. So here he puts a chromatic descending scale, but it's the soprano and the alto have it, and it's clashing non-stop. So it really shows the idea of the limbs being made of lead. As it goes down, it gets heavier, and it's an open fourth. The open fourth really brings heaviness, and it, like, Whitacre's really good at creating those musical metaphors that we talked about last time, I believe. Let's continue. So you can hear already here, this is where Whitacre gets a bit more interesting. So they're finally, the person is finally asleep, the character is finally asleep, and you can hear the dream and the noise and the constant C, which could represent the sleeping, like the constant sleeping and the breathing that you do. We love when they scream. Frightening, you could hear how disgusting it sounded. Also, from now on, the C that you hear, da, will be there until the end of the piece. No, it will be there for a solid couple pages. Still C. So here, many things happen already on this page. So what dreams may come both dark and deep, and the lowest note that the bass sing in the whole piece is there. No, it's not, but it's the second lowest, the lowest on this page. And then of flying wings and soaring leap, they go up and they also physically leap. You can hear the leap, but the bass and the tenor are singing dark and deep going down. So you can see that Whitacre really thinks through of his metaphors and how he wants to explain. He wants to portray the image like Debussy. Let's continue. So now they're finally falling asleep, like full-on deep sleep. And this is where the colors come in your dream. You hear that high pitch? That's the overtones. So you know they are definitely in tune. It's one of the most amazing things about choirs is when they are so in tune that there are overtones. That's a whole other video about a scientific phenomena, but these people are insanely good. That was really nice. Voces 8 is a really good group. I would recommend to just look them up anyways because they're one of the best vocal ensembles in the world. Yeah, that was Eric Whitacre's Sleep. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. And you can hear the musical metaphors, but as well, he's trying to make you feel. And yeah. So now we come to the next piece, Lux Aeterna. So a lot of people have set Lux Aeterna over the years. It is Lux Aurumque. So it's actually one of Whitacre's most famous pieces. Editing April, check if this is the one that he did for the 1,000 choir thing. Here's time for you to put it in. You're gonna hate me for doing this, but I don't care. It is a Christmas piece based on a Latin poem of the same name, which translates as light, warm, and heavy as pure gold, and the angel sings softly to the newborn baby. Let's listen. C sharp minor. So again, in typical Eric Whitacre fashion, he puts those crunchy chords. So technically, it's a C sharp minor 6/4 chord. However, it could also be considered a G sharp minor chord. So he puts these two chords together to create a cluster chord. And you don't really know what key we're in, even though it's written down. For the listener, it doesn't sound like a specific key. Cluster chord again. So again, he has his open fourth on F sharp. Well, it could be an open fourth or an open fifth, though it's more likely an open fifth. Open fifths, it gives a sense of finality, but at the same time, in this case, it sounds incomplete. So he's using one of those medieval techniques of course, the Latin text is from the medieval times, so let's continue. So what's interesting until now, we're in the middle of the song, and there is not one time where everyone has started together. There's always one person starting before everyone else. So I am interested as a musician to see where are they going to come together and what the words are going to be. When composing, like some people just compose for the fun like I do, but a lot of composers, especially in the contemporary era, are doing everything for a reason. So Eric Whitacre here has not put anyone together at the beginning of a sentence yet. So my guess is that he's going to do it when it says a king is born. We shall see if I'm right. There. First time they're together, all together. Measure 28, and it's on the word angel. So I was wrong, however, very interesting that he wants to put the emphasis on angel. And it's a full chord, F sharp major. Change, key change. With only one note. So this is one type of way of changing a key, is by just keeping one note that is common between the two keys. And there's too many sharps. Too many sharps. But they kept one note so that they could change to the new key. It's one of the ways you can change. Nice piece. Eric Whitacre is a pretty good composer. He has a lot of different compositions. I would highly recommend to listen to his Light and Gold album. I'll link it down below for Spotify. But all in all, he's a good composer. He's one of the best contemporary composers for a reason. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other Eric Whitacre pieces you're interested in, I would highly suggest to listen to Leonardo da Vinci and his Leonardo Dreams of His Flying Machine, I believe it's called. It'll be linked. It is in his Light and Gold album. That can take forever to just analyze that in itself. But it's a really good piece. I sang it, and it's a good representation of what he does. I hope that you enjoyed this one and that you'll stay to check the rest. Thanks for watching. See you soon.